Hey guys, it's Liz and I'm here to share my latest project with you. This time I decided to make a card and a cute little gift box for my BFF back in Cali. I haven't seen her in over a year. I did go to see her last summer. Haven't seen her in almost a year, so kind of missed her, was thinking about her, and also she's got a birthday coming up, so I thought I'd make her a little something. So let me share with you guys what I created. I'm going to start off with the card, and let's see. For the card, I used the beautiful Pink Paislee London Market papers, which I absolutely love. They're so pretty. Love the colors. And I started off with just, this is cardstock, white cardstock, 5.5 by 5.5. That's the card base. And then I layered another piece of cardstock over that. This is just the craft color. And on top of that, I used the pattern paper, as you can see here. And I lightly distressed all the edges on the pattern paper. I didn't want it to be too distressed, but I did want it to give it a little bit of a shabby feel, so, because she likes that kind of thing. So let's see, I started off with a layer here of the pattern paper. And then I used a pretty doily here. This is just a regular paper doily from Michael's or Joann's, you know, wherever. And back here, you can barely see it because it got covered up, but there's, it's like, let me see, I think it's jute, I want to say jute or burlap ribbon, and it just, I wrapped it over the cardstock before I layered it onto the base, so, you know, it's tucked in back there, but it goes all the way across to this side as well, so I really like that ribbon. It's the ribbon my hubby got me. So let's see, I used that, and, okay, so I got the doily. And then here I just have another layer of the craft cardstock and another piece of the pattern paper. And again, all the edges are lightly distressed. And this is just white cardstock, and I use one of my Spellbinders dies. I believe it's labeled 9. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. And I just, you know, cut that out. I stamped my sentiment in the middle with archival ink, and it just says thinking of you, and I love that stamp. I love the font. It's very pretty. And what I did then, I just used a dauber and a pink ink pad to lightly go over, you know, like around the sentiment. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up, but it's, you know, like a light pink color. It looks really pretty. It almost looks airbrushed. Really nice. And then I just added 2 little pearls, one up here and one down here. And let's see, this butterfly here, this is a little Martha Stewart butterfly, and I used the papers and I just, you know, punched that out, and I used a little bit of a pearl trim that I had left over, just a little tiny bit, and it fit perfectly right in there for the little butterfly's body. And let's see, moving on to my flower cluster here, I added this beautiful little dress form. This is a Spellbinders die, I believe it's called French Frills. And I used the pattern paper to cut it out. It's really cute. It's like a 2-piece. And I used some foam tape to give it dimension. So you can kind of see that. So there's my pretty little dress form. Then I added a bunch of flowers here for my cluster. Here, this is a beautiful gardenia by I Am Roses, and it was white. So I just left it white. Very pretty. And I added 2 little pink cherry blossoms, one on each side. Very nice. And of course, these cute little buds, also by I Am Roses, and I believe these are the pink with champagne or something like that. Champagne pink, I believe that's what they're called. Very cute. And these little leaves are all die cut using the Spellbinders dies. It's the Foliage 2. So I used that, and I lightly inked all the little petals, or the little leaves I should say, with some green ink. And I curled up the tips just a little bit, you know, to give it some dimension as well, as you can see. Very pretty. And in the background, and a lot of it got covered up, but I added a bunch of these little pearl, what would you call these guys? Oh gosh, I can't think of the name. Like, well, pearl sprays. And these are some that I picked up in LA. So there's a couple, there's some right there, and then there's another one back here. And some of them got covered up because they were too short, but you can kind of see them sticking out on the sides. So very cute. I love this card. I think it came out very nice. And the inside I kept it pretty simple so I can write a big long message to her. I just used some craft cardstock again and layered a sheet of the pattern paper. And it looks like it's still gluing. That's why you see these little, it's still drying, I'm sorry. And that's it. So I'm going to write my message there to her. And love my card. I hope she likes it too. I think it came out really cute. And let's move on to the little gift box I made for her. The little gift box started off as just a little wooden box, and I actually found these at the Dollar Tree. This is what they look like. Very cute. They only had 2, so, you know, of course I picked both of them up. I wish they had more because they're really neat. And they got this little magnet closure, so very cool. So I picked 2 of those up, and that's what I did to one of them. And I really love this little box. I think it came out darling. And what I did again, these are all the Pink Paislee London Market papers. They're just beautiful. I covered the entire box with the papers. See? Very nice. And there. Very pretty. And let's see, I guess I started off by painting the box. I didn't paint the outside because I knew it was going to be covered by the papers, but I did paint the inside, and I'll show you that in a second. I painted the inside pink, but I'll show you that. And so anyway, so what I did is I layered all the papers, or adhered all the papers on there. I didn't distress them because I did want them to, you know, not too distressed. I kind of wanted to do some distressing a little bit differently. What I did to the box, I added a lot of texture. This texture that you see on the corners mostly is done using the Sno-Tex. And I really love this stuff. It's really cool. Let me show you. This is the Sno-Tex, and I just picked it up at Hobby Lobby. And what I did is I just added, I used, you know, those little foam brushes, one of these, and I just, you know, added it to a lot of the corners and some parts in the middle of the paper. And let me show you the close-up. Look at that texture. Very cool. I love it. And what I did is, you know, I did do a couple of different layers because in some areas I wanted it to be thicker than others. So once I dried it with the heat tool, I then went ahead and added more texture to it. So see how it's all chunky in some parts right there. And then some parts not so much. So I really like it. And I got this idea, the little beads. I was inspired by Miranda, so thank you so much, Miranda. She did this beautiful canvas where she added some seed beads, and I thought that was such a great idea. I have tons of beads, though, thanks to my daughter who beads and, you know, makes jewelry. So I have tons of beads, and I added little seed beads and, you know, these smaller beads throughout wherever you see some of the Sno-Tex. Okay, see, very cool. So it's a cute little cluster of beads there. And I love the texture of the Sno-Tex. Before I added the beads, though, I did go over it with a little dauber and some turquoise ink, just chalk ink, just very, very lightly, so it wouldn't be so white. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick that up, but I did it. And there's like little seed beads all throughout. It's very cute. And again, that just adds more texture and, you know, another design element to the box. I really, really like that idea. So thank you again, Miranda. That was brilliant. And let's see, moving on. I added this pretty little trim down here at the bottom all throughout the box, and this is just some trim that was in my stash. It's off-white, so it matched perfectly. Very pretty, so I added that throughout. And let's see, oh, let me show you the legs, what I did for the legs. Aren't these cute? These are just these beads I picked up at Michael's, let me see, from the, I think it's called Bead Gallery. These guys right here. And I thought it would be, you know, a good idea to use them as little feet. And I also used it as a little pull for the box. Very cute, right? I love it. So I just put that on there. And let's see, here, my little cluster, I have some cheesecloth that I just added to the back first. And then I added beautiful flowers. This is a Recollections flower. Here, this is one of my flowers from my stash that I inked with the Lindy Stamp Gang in Tiffany Blue. But I did use a little bit of water to, you know, make the color a little less bright. I didn't want it to be so bright, so got that. Here, this is just a little heart button for my stash. I just added that in the background. Very cute. And here we have that little bead that I used as a pull. I think that's darling. And let's see, let me show you the top. For the top, I just wanted to make another, you know, flower cluster. Since it's a small box, you know, I didn't want to add a whole lot and fill the whole thing up, but as you can see in the background, I also added the Sno-Tex to the top and then some beads. I laid some cheesecloth down and scrunched it up in areas, and then I added my flower cluster. Here we've got some little pearl sprays that again I picked up in LA. There's some back here and then some tacked away over there. Here, this is a beautiful gardenia from I Am Roses, and again these two flowers are from my stash, inked with the Tiffany Blue. Here we've got just some little of those little wire stems that I curled. And this is a Beautiful Recollections flower. Okay, and that's it for my cluster. And all I did here is just add this cute little bird. This is a little glitter dove that comes in the, it's in like a little pack of 12, and you can get it at the wedding section at Michael's or Joann's. And I thought that was perfect. What a cute little bird, right? So that's my little box, guys. Oh, let me show you the inside real quick before I forget. Let me use my little pull so I can open it. So see, cute. And the inside, like I said, I did paint it pink. And what I did to get this crackle, I used the Elmer glue crackle technique. And all I did is I painted it first with the pink acrylic paint, let that dry, and then I gave it a nice coat with the Elmer's glue, just the regular school glue. And it was still tacky, and then I added the vintage white paint over that. And so as it dried, I get all these really cool crackle effect. I really like that. Very neat. And so on the inside, I just added a piece of the pattern paper at the bottom, and then a piece of the pattern paper here. And that's it. So pretty little cute little box, simple but darling. And I absolutely love the Sno-Tex, the texture that it gives, and the beautiful little seed beads throughout it. I think just adds a bit of color and some bling, and I just love the way it sparkles. I think it's so pretty. And I really hope my friend likes it as well. And inside, she's not a crafter, so I'm not going to send her any crafty goodies or anything like that, but I'm going to tuck in a little gift card to her favorite store. So I hope she likes my little box. It's very cute, very darling. Had a lot of fun doing it, and I absolutely love my card too. I'm very happy with it, and I hope she likes it as well. So you guys, if you have any questions or comments, just I guess leave them down below, and I'll make sure to respond as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all later, okay? Have a great day, everybody.